Ready or not, here I come.
Dude, no.
That was on a commercial, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember, no.
I don't know how else I would know that song.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Off the Chest, Timothy Regal. I am your host, Mr. Timothy Regal, the voice of SCME Pro, a member of the Pro Wrestling Intelligentsia, a damn good-looking guy, the man with the third best bald-headed history behind Yul Brynner and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I am joined by my partner. He has a beard.
Are you sick?
I'm fighting off a cold.
Are you contagious?
No, you're fine. He has a beard. He has glasses. Apparently, he is also a germaphobe. Alex McCarthy.
I'm not a germaphobe. I just don't want you coming into my house if you're sick.
I've got a little bit of a head cold. It's fine.
Stay away from me.
I might sneeze once or twice.
I'll kill you if you sneeze on me.
I will sneeze in the other direction from you. You are fine.
I don't have time to get sick, dog. I got a lot of shit going on.
Well, we don't have shows for a few weeks.
Oh, unlike you, fucking one wrestling show a month is not the culmination of my life.
You have some Cider Boys Grand Mimosa?
Yeah.
I love that stuff. It's good beer.
It's not actually beer, but whatever. What are you doing?
It's good cider. Taking some cold medicine while I'm thinking about it.
You're on drugs?
Yes, I am.
You're doing drugs in my house?
Yes. Over-the-counter cold medicine.
Jesus
Some
Christ.
Tylenol cold and sinus.
Apparently this is the fucking hippy-dippy edition of Off the Chest. We're gonna do drugs.
Drop some cold medicine here.
We're gonna do drugs and I don't know what else. You know, maybe later we're gonna snort cocaine off of some strippers. Anything can happen.
Dude, can we?
You disgust me.
That sounds like a party.
You disgust
me. I think we should live stream that shit.
I hate you so much. I would never allow that in my house.
Should we ask Margaret?
No. What makes you think Margaret's gonna consent to that?
Hey, you never know. Things happen.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
Are you sick?
No, we've discussed this. I have a head cold.
What? Like mental, like sick in the head.
I might be. We don't know.
Did your mother have you tested?
No, she never did, actually.
That's surprising.
What are we talking about? Professional wrestling, right?
Probably professional wrestling.
You know what we should do? We should shout out... give me a second here. Talk for a second while I take this pill.
We should shout out...
Let's try something. I don't know.
Something. Jake Something, who had a great match.
Jake Something lost the Heritage title last night.
Well, Friday night he had a match against somebody else. I don't remember. He faced somebody at Limitless.
Last night he dropped the AEW Heritage title AAW Heritage title to Paco.
AEAWA.
You know what's that?
AAEA.
I get a feeling I'm not the only Midwesterner that has that problem because they're so similar now.
AAEAWA.
But I do want to shout out another podcast, actually.
Oh, jeez.
It's a great podcast that it's actually the only podcast that our friend Merrick Brave listens to on a regular basis. The Jimmy Jacobs Doesn't Know podcast.
Oh, they put you over?
No, they did not.
Good.
Jimmy, who of course is one of the Midwest independent wrestling OGs, legitimately met the guy at the second independent wrestling show I ever went to. When he was like 19. Jimmy has an amazing podcast called the Jimmy Jacobs Doesn't Know. And his thing is that he is a professional wrestler, he's a recovering addict, and he's a dude, and he doesn't know. And he interviews various people. He has Daniel Bryan on, I believe, about once every 6 weeks or so. They actually
have a book club, don't they? Yeah.
He's interviewed, various professional wrestlers, various athletes, various people that deal with addiction and mental health. But Jimmy is doing a 28-day wrestling tour across Canada. And for a Thanksgiving episode, he interviewed several people about what they are thankful for, including my close personal friend,
fuck me,
Blair Onyx. So you should definitely go check out the Jimmy Jacobs Doesn't Know podcast because, in all seriousness, it is one of the coolest podcasts you're going to find. It is.
I've listened to a few episodes.
It is full of positive mental thinking and just great vibes for everyday life and a little bit of talk about pro wrestling as well. But definitely go listen to the Thanksgiving episode and listen to Jimmy, a good friend of mine, interview my very close personal friend, Bolanos.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Next week she's going to be your fucking sister. My dear sister, Bolanos.
I don't think we are of any actual relation.
I don't know. You look a little Russian.
I mean, I'm always rushing to go somewhere.
I've never seen you rush anywhere in my life.
I'm always rushing when you're yelling at me to get someplace.
No, you're not.
Which is any time we get in the car.
Disrespectful. Unprofessional.
Wow, now I'm unprofessional.
No.
You're in a really grumpy mood.
Well, you come into my house with the plague.
I do not have the fucking plague, you
come into my house with the plague. Don't warn me. I can't disinfect. I can't fucking... Ugh. I'm down.
You are a fucking lying through your fucking...
Beat me up, Scotty.
Scotty?
Scotty Pippen.
I don't think that's who they were talking to.
From Star Trek.
I think you're a little misinformed.
No.
As the great gorilla would say, you are a fountain of misinformation.
No. Damn it. He's from Star Trek. The African-American fella.
Wow.
Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen was a small forward for the Chicago Bulls.
I think he was a perfectly normal-sized forward, asshole.
I hate you so
small
much.
Forward. You're a small... I can't...
Is the weather outside making you grumpy?
The weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate coming in from the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying.
Stop!
But my dear, we're
Dude,
still goodbying.
If anyone is still listening to this show,
since
you need
there's
to
no
stop.
place to go,
do I need to call
let
your
it
wife?
snow.
Tell her to come beat the...
Let it snow.
You know I would call your wife.
Let it
She will come out here and she'll beat the crap out of you. Your wife will do that if I text your wife right now. She will come out here and slap the crap out of you. But no, it's not even snowing. It's just really dark and really wet and really cold. It sucks. Especially for a guy with a head cold.
Ill boy over here. Why couldn't we have done this one on Skype if you were sick?
Cause you're not gonna get sick. Don't worry. First of all,
I don't have time to get sick. I work every day.
So do I. Well, I'm not working Wednesday this week because I'm going to AEW.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Here we go. Go ahead, talk about that.
We're going to Dynamite.
You spit on me.
I did not.
I felt it from over here.
Oh, stop it!
If I'm dead next week, folks, you know who to call.
If I'm dead, if Alex dies next week, there'll be a new co-host. Don't worry.
Who are you gonna get to replace me?
John G.
He would not. He wouldn't.
He
out of respect to me, he wouldn't.
He would step in because the continuation of this podcast is what Alex McCarthy would have wanted.
If my lawyers are listening to this, for the sake of my will, I do not want anyone else to be on this podcast. If and when I should happen to perish, I want this podcast to end in my memorial. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. I'm not going to steal his shtick.
Alex,
what?
If you were to pass on, I'd have to do a memorial episode and a tribute to you.
I want to have the Alex McCarthy Memorial Tournament held.
What would the Alex McCarthy tournament look like?
You'd have to pass an IQ test to enter.
Oh, Jesus. So Moondog's out.
Wow, what a dick! You're such a dick. You wouldn't make it
He's
in
a
either.
dog.
You wouldn't make it in either. What a dick.
I was saying that because he's a dog.
You're saying it because you're an asshole.
We love.
How disrespectful.
I love Moondog.
I don't believe you.
I put Moondog over on Twitter this week.
For what?
I said that the guy that
you said some ugly looking motherfucker looked like half Moondog, half Christian Rose. That's one of the ugliest guys. That's not putting somebody over. Here, how about I go find a picture of feces and say, oh, looks like Timothy Regal had a baby in a petri dish because it looks like double Timothy.
What the fuck did you just say?
You wouldn't, and that's why you wouldn't be in the Alex McCarthy Memorial Tournament because you're not smart enough to understand what I'm saying.
Oh,
let
Lord.
it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
If anyone is still listening, God bless you. No, you're not coming with me this week.
Hell no. Wasn't invited.
You gotta work. You teach. You
didn't think I'd want to take off to go see my friends? Cody? The Buccos?
Oh,
Kenny Olivier?
You blocked on Twitter. Kenny Omega, who I'm pretty sure probably has you blocked on Twitter.
I know. I don't think he does.
Oh,
actually, I have no problem with Kenny. I think he's a fine, mid card, coffee break, piss break match guy. He's very capable in that mid card kind of, that kind of match.
But no, they have announced so far 4 matches.
All right, let's hear them.
I'm excited. I have not been to Champaign in a long time. The home of the Illinois Fighting Illini, a team I don't like.
What a stupid name for a team.
It really is.
The Fighting Illini. It's dumb.
I'm a Hawkeye fan, so obviously don't like the Illini much.
You still choose to live in that dumb state.
Thought about wearing Hawkeye gear just a troll.
You just.
Can I get some black and gold? AEW colors technically are black and gold, so.
Good job, Regal.
First match they announced: Trent versus Ray Phoenix.
Trent who?
Trent.
Trent who?
Trent.
Trent who?
Chuck E. T's partner.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese.
They're gonna have the. Oh my God! Chuck E. Cheese is gonna be there, and you didn't invite me.
No, not Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. T. Chuck Taylor.
Oh, I like Chuck Taylor. He's the grenade guy, right? He's the winner of the Dragostes Memorial Championship Tournament. The grenade guy.
But his tag team partner Trent.
Trent Beretta?
Yes.
Oh,
just Trent. No Beretta.
Oh, a different Trent. Okay.
No, the same guy, but just Trent. He's taking on.
Is it fucking Trent Beretta or is it not Trent Beretta?
It's Trent Beretta, but he doesn't go by. There's no Beretta on his name anymore. It's just Trent.
That's confusing.
No, it's really not. Taking on Ray Phoenix, who I've said this many times. Ray Phoenix is the guy that should be in the conversation for best wrestler in the world that nobody talks about. I mean, we've seen him. We've been there live and watched him tear up some buildings. Be it AAW, Revolver.
I like Ray Phoenix.
Yes. The next match, I'm looking forward to this one. Pentagon Jr. taking on the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels.
That'd be a good one.
That's a hell of a match. They've done it. This goes all the way back to episode 2, where the Pentagon and Phoenix, the Lucha Bros, they attacked SCU and injured Christopher Daniels.
What a couple of assholes.
The Trent and Phoenix thing too. They're doing basically a feud between the Best Friends and the Lucha Bros, and basically Trent has now pinned. They beat him in a tag match, and Trent pinned Pentagon on Dark a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So seems like they're really starting to push Trent, which Trent, a lot of people forget, Trent was really starting to get a major push in New Japan a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And looked like they were going to give him the Never title.
Yeah.
And then he ended up tearing, I believe it was his bicep or his pectoral.
Okay.
So Trent's a guy that you could build up kind of into that upper mid card place, I think.
Didn't Cornette put Trent over?
Yeah, Cornette really likes Trent too, because he worked with him in developmental in WWE.
Okay.
Then a 6-man tag. the Inner Circle team of Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz taking on the Young Bucks and Dustin Rhodes.
Well, they call him the natural.
I'm really interested. They did some cool stuff. Obviously, the thing with LAX and the Young Bucks. I like them doing Sammy G, the young, cocky, arrogant little prick, and then against Dustin.
Wait, they're calling him Sammy G now?
Well, that's kind
Is
of
it a rip-off of Shorty G?
No, it's just a nickname that people use for him. But Sammy being the cocky, arrogant little shit.
I thought that would set you off more than it did.
No. I don't... The Shorty G thing pisses me off, but I'm going to choose to ignore it. But no, Sammy's the cocky, arrogant little shit, and they've kind of put him against Dustin. The veteran.
The old man.
He's experienced.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, man, in all seriousness, Dustin's 50 years old and in the best shape of his life.
Oh, so, hell yeah.
No, so you will never hear me say a bad word about Dustin Rhodes ever. I know last week in Chicago he was one of the meet and greets. I'd love to meet Dustin.
Where are the meet and greets this week?
They don't announce them till day of, till the morning of.
What? Okay.
But no, this 6-man tag obviously build them. Tomorrow or Monday they're going to drop. At the end of Being the Elite last week, Proud and Powerful and Sammy stole the camera and attacked Brandon Cutler. So this week's episode of Being the Elite is actually going to be Being the Inner Circle.
That sounds like I'd tune into that.
So I'm very interested to see that, and I think there's going to be some stuff that kind of comes out of that to build into this match. And then the main event of the evening, the rematch from Fyter Fest. Joey Janela taking on Jon Moxley.
Is it a lights out match again?
It does not say a lights out match. So, but obviously this was built up. Looks like they're building Mox up as the next challenger to Jericho.
Nice.
And Joey Janela actually showed up as made a surprise appearance last Wednesday night at the Game Changer Wrestling show. And then called out Jon Moxley.
Huh.
So, wondering if we'll see any footage of that.
I doubt it.
No, that is the card. Myself, our boy Adam, a good friend of ours, Chris, a few other guys. We're going to be heading down to the what do they call it now? The State Farm Center, I think is what it is.
How the fuck would I know?
It used to be they used to call it the Assembly Hall before corporate sponsorship took over. But it's gonna be a fun time. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, getting to see some live AEW wrestling. Really was sad I could not go last Wednesday to Chicago, but having to work the Thanksgiving retail.
Should just call it off.
Holiday. Yeah, that
was Walmart busy the night before Thanksgiving?
Not the night before Thanksgiving, but I had to be there on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, you would have been okay.
I don't think I wanted to do that. So I did not.
Let's see where your loyalty lies.
Oh, stop it. But
hashtag I'm a Walmart guy.
Oh, stop. I did survive another Black Friday weekend, so kudos for that, right?
I guess. Hey, were the Black Friday deals still good today?
Some of them actually run through tomorrow. So
shit!
Video games, no.
I don't care about.
I know.
I don't even no, Margaret was asking. There was some clothing stuff she was looking at.
I think the clothing is pretty much while supplies last.
Oh, see, we could have got some stuff. Anyways, did you watch any wrestling this weekend?
Not really this weekend. I watched some Thanksgiving night.
Yeah, did you watch Beyond?
I did watch Beyond Wrestling Uncharted Territory.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Who are the kids taking on Briggs and
I missed that.
The Shook Crew. So
the Shug's Crew?
No, not the Shug's Crew.
Oh man.
The Shook Crew.
Who would the Shug's Crew be?
Just
Shug, real quick. If Shug had a crew.
Shug.
Yeah.
Crotch.
You think?
Actually, the Shug Crew would be the team that main evented our last show at the Rust Belt. It would be the Suge, Matt. I think it would be the Suge, Matt Cage, and Merrick Brave.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
What if it was like an up and coming group, like the Suge's Suge's Angels?
Maybe the Suge, Dante Leone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of somebody else. Maybe Manders.
Manders, you think?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have to ask the Suge.
Yeah.
Do you see Sugie? Before we talk about Beyond, you see the Sugie tweeting out that he might be getting that itch, might be getting ready to return from his injury.
I mean, that's not really up to him. That's up to his doctor.
Yeah, let's hope he gets that cleared.
Let's not put the cart before the horse.
Yeah. But no.
I just don't want people to get their hopes up.
Yeah, we're don't want to get too excited, but we're hoping for soon. Yeah. But no, the Shook crew took on Retro Ava Everett and the Platinum Hunkies.
Dude, I love Ava Everett.
I actually said, I'm like, how is like AEW not signed Ava Everett?
They need her for their women's division.
The thing is, she drew comparisons to Allie, but now with Allie obviously making a gimmick change.
Allie made a gimmick change?
Oh, yeah, she joined Butcher and the Blade.
Oh, yeah, because that's her husband or
yeah,
whatever.
We didn't talk about that with AEW. Yeah, Butcher and the Blade debuted in AEW.
That's a good signing for them.
Yeah. And I have a theory that,
What?
Myself and Gary, we've pretty much theorized that Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny are they're dressed all in black, and they kind of fit a similar motif and gimmick of someone. So
the Dark Order?
No, I believe they are the heralds for the coming of a villain.
Oh,
because
that's interesting.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially, we are on watch. The villain officially, by latest reports, has literally one more event before his contract is up. He is signed for one more ROH event, the pay-per-view at Final Battle, and then I'm thinking either I'm going to guess the January 1st event in Jacksonville, Florida. You want to make an impact for that New Year's night show. I think the coming of the villain would be a pretty.
Can he call himself the villain anymore?
The villain Marty Scurll, he owns that name. So.
Oh, he does.
Ring of Honor doesn't copyright that. Okay. He was the villain Marty Scurll before he ever got to Ring of Honor.
Well, they should have copyrighted it.
No, they shouldn't have. Thankfully, they did not.
Then he'd have to be something different, like.
No, but no, it was Ava Everett dressed as Retro.
You know what match I want to see at the next pay per view, which they haven't announced yet, have they?
It sounds like it's going to be in February.
Okay, I want to see a trios match: Butcher and the Blade, and Allie versus Brandy, Cody, and Dustin.
That'd be an interesting one. No, I keep talking about Beyond, we keep getting distracted. No, the Platinum Hunkies, which were Josh Briggs and Anthony Green, dressed in the Platinum Honeys outfits, and Ava Everett had basically had retrosexual Anthony Green's stuff on. They took on a team called the Shook Crew, who are basically, they do a rap gimmick, and they literally did a full diss rap on their three opponents before the match, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like the gimmick. It was really fun. And the Platinum Hunkies and Ava all three survived the match. They eliminated all three of their opponents. It was fun. I don't care what it says. I know some people don't like him. I love AG. So
I like AG.
Yeah, I love Retro AG. So, and Josh Briggs, I think, is again a guy who I think it's only a matter of time before somebody's going to snatch him up and sign him to a contract.
I'm kind of surprised he hasn't been.
Well, and keep in mind he did have that injury.
Yeah,
he did. He basically sounds like he basically pulled his hip out of its socket at one point. Yeah, had an injury last year that took him out for some time, but he's back looking. He's a big dude who can really move. Great guy. So what was after that?
There was only like 4 matches this week. I think it was the Discovery Gauntlet, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. And this is where I put over the Moondog.
You did not put over the Moondog.
I got Moondog over.
You did not. You're such a liar.
How do you say I didn't get Moondog over?
You buried him.
No,
hey, this ugly guy looks just like you, huh? Ah.
Have you looked at Moondog?
You're rude. So you don't bring stuff like that up.
He's Aaron Rourke, who does he not look like Christopher? Does he not look like Christian Rose's bastard child?
He does, kind of. He probably is.
I mean, that could be possible. Christian Rose is pretty goddamn old. Yes, Aaron Rourke, who whether you want to say I'm making fun of Moondog or not, Aaron Rourke looks like.
I think he looks more like Rose than Moondog at all.
Took on the stiff Robo Ginger, Mr. Gary J. I was shocked. I was not expecting Gary J to bow out of the Discovery Gauntlet this early. But Aaron Rourke, who this was my first time seeing this guy work, I'd never seen him before, picked up a victory. Really, really good match. Up next, it was Team Buffalo of Brandon Thurston, Kevin Blackwood, Megabyte Ronnie, who doesn't even have a cage match profile. How does that happen?
Is he actually a food guy?
I don't know.
Is he actually a competitive eater?
Maybe. And Puff, was it Santa Puff?
Santa Puff, yeah.
How do you not love Puff? I love Puff.
I do love Puff.
Taking on Team Ohio of Atticus Cougar, Eddie Oley, Gregory Iron, and J.J. Garrett.
J.J. Garrett, who lives in Ohio now.
J.J. Garrett is from fucking Des Moines, Iowa.
Why are you killing kayfabe? What do you gain from fucking Barry and beyond?
I know.
Hey, you idiots! Oh, you lied! You lied! I'm smart! I'm smarter than you are! I'm Timothy Regal! I'm smarter than you are! Ha ha! That's what this podcast really is, isn't it?
No.
It's the Timothy Regal, I'm smarter than you are show.
Well, I mean...
Actually, J.J. Garrett is from Des Moines. What are you going to say next? One Call Manders isn't from Iowa? Fucking Christ, Regal.
He's from Virginia, actually?
He's not from fucking Virginia. I don't know where he's... He's from Iowa City, Iowa. Don't you listen when I introduce him, you son of a bitch? What are you going to say next? Dion's from fucking Mount Vernon, Iowa?
No, Dion's from Alaska.
I don't know.
You're in a grumpy mood.
No, why? I don't... Why did I put that out there?
Why are you so grumpy today?
Why do you gotta be smarter than everybody?
I mean, it's a gift.
Why are you so insecure that you have to point out every single little thing that you know that to make other people seem wrong? Why do you need to do that?
Keep in mind, folks, this is coming from the guy that calls himself the 7-Star Mind.
Okay, there's a big difference. There's a big difference.
7-Star Mind is telling me.
Hold the fucking phone. There's a big difference between educating people and sharing knowledge and what you do, which is they're so dumb. They're so dumb. They're wrong. They're wrong. I'm smart. I know better than they do. I know better than they do. I'm Timmy. I'm smart. I'm smart.
Your entire
I'm a smart Mark.
Your entire gimmick is you.
And it's a gimmick. This is not a gimmick. This is not a show. This is a podcast where we're talking about things. Why do you have to be smarter than Beyond Wrestling? Why are you trying to put yourself over at the expense of Drew Cordero, at the expense of Denver, Colorado, at the expense of Beyond Wrestling, at the expense of J.J. Garrett, at the expense of Ohio?
First off, you do realize Drew Cordero and Denver, Colorado are the same person, right?
Oh, here we go again. I'm Timmy. I'm smarter than you are. I'm smarter than you are.
Secondly, I love Beyond Wrestling. I love.
Why are you burying it?
I love Drew's great. Drew's great. I love Paul Crockett. My good close personal friend Cindy Bacabella.
Here we go.
You can't say that I'm making that one up. Everybody knows I am good close personal friends with Cindy Bacabella. Got one of the best commentary teams in independent wrestling. They might be the best, honestly.
I think they're the best commentary team in wrestling.
Yeah.
I can't think of a TV team that I'd put up with them. Honestly.
You might honestly be right at this point.
I'm not blowing smoke up their ass. I think they're the best commentary team in wrestling.
Yeah, you might be right. No, love Beyond. I have nothing against Ohio. Ohio is a wonderful place. I've never actually been there, but Kat lives there, so I have to like it. Johnny Gargano's from Ohio.
Oh, here we go. Your boy, Johnny. Your friend John.
No,
boy.
I just want Kat to come home to visit and bring me some Gargano's pizza.
What?
You know, that's the legit thing, dude. Johnny's parents own a pizza place in Cleveland.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably why he got pushed, because he bought pizzas for everybody in the locker room.
Wow! John Thorne only pushed Johnny Gargano because of pizza. Not because he's the best wrestler in the world. Now who's the one being an asshole?
He's not the best wrestler in the world. I'm just giving my opinion. There's a difference between giving your opinion
you
and
literally just did the same fucking thing that I just did, you stupid.
No, you're stupid because you don't know the difference.
Oh, Jesus fucking
I gave my opinion.
What the fuck are we doing?
I give my opinion.
What the fuck are
You're
we doing on this
stating a
podcast?
fact.
Seriously.
You're stating facts to make people feel dumb. You're basically saying Beyond is dumb because they said
I'm not
JJ
saying
Garrett from
Beyond is
Ohio.
dumb.
I said...
I just said, how the fuck is JJ Garrett from fucking Ohio? Because he's not from fucking Ohio, he's from fucking Des Moines,
Maybe
Iowa.
he's got family in Ohio. Maybe he visited Ohio. You act like you represent the state of Iowa when you live in fucking Rock Island.
The closest to Ohio JJ Garrett's ever been was saying Ohio Regal.
How do you know that? Why would they put him on Team Ohio if he didn't have some kind of connection to Ohio?
I don't fucking know.
So don't act like you know.
Maybe he does have some fucking...
Maybe he spent the night in Ohio and he really liked it.
Maybe
you don't think he's wrestled in Ohio before?
He's wrestled in Ohio. Maybe he's...
Oh! Hold the fucking phone! What connection does JJ Garrett have to Ohio? Well, he's wrestled in Ohio before. Lots of people claim the states that they wrestle in.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck are we doing on this podcast?
I don't know what you're doing.
What the...
Because you're just trying to make it about you being smarter than everybody.
I mean, we've been here for how many episodes? You haven't figured that out yet? Let's be honest. You definitely...
Hey, listeners, Regal thinks he's smarter than you. He thinks you're dumb.
Well, why else would they be listening to me if not
He
for
thinks
that?
you're real dumb.
I'm just kidding. I'm busting balls.
No. This is the real Regal.
No.
This is the real Regal coming out. As soon as that microphone goes off, he goes, God, I hope these listeners write down everything I say so they can be a little smarter, because they're so dumb. They're so dumb. They're not smart like me.
At least their new impression of me doesn't sound like fucking Mickey Mouse.
I'm Timothy Regal, and I'm right about everything. Let me educate you folks on professional wrestling. Uncle Regal's gonna tell you how it is, because I'm so smart, and you're so dumb.
Here comes your wife, hopefully to smack you. Margaret!
Oh, no, Margaret's saying nothing.
Because she doesn't want you to cry when she takes my side.
Oh, God. But yes, the kid that looks like Christian Rose, what the fuck was his name? Hey, he won.
Aaron Rourke.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're on to the next match.
Oh, yeah, we're on to the next fucking match anyway.
I know you just wanted to bury JJ Garrett again.
No, I don't.
JJ Garrett is my friend.
I like JJ Garrett.
He's my Facebook friend. And we've had a couple conversations. We've been on some shows together.
Would have been on a few more.
What? Wow! God damn it, Regal.
Hey.
What gives you the right?
That one had to be said.
What gives you the right?
Come on.
You are so pompous. We literally went through everybody that's in the next match.
Yeah.
So talk about it.
Have we, this match,
that might have been my first time seeing Atticus Kogar.
This guy seems like he's just coming out of... He's another guy that seems like he's coming out of nowhere.
He's an Ohio guy. Well, maybe he's not really an Ohio guy. I don't know. Maybe we should go... Next time they have this match... Is everybody on Team Buffalo actually live in Buffalo? I want to see some goddamn driver's license. Because if you're going to call yourselves Team Buffalo or Team Ohio, you better be able to produce a birth certificate, a driver's license, a high school diploma from the school that you graduated in, or at least some transcripts that you dropped out of a high school in Ohio. That's good enough. You don't have to graduate.
Oh, are you done?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. No, this match, love Puff. I love what they've done with Brandon Thurston this year.
I do like that. They're doing a fun angle. Yeah.
Making Thurston the completely dickhead heel.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be him and Jay Freddy this week, so we'll see if
they had a good match back in the Electric Haze day.
Yeah, that was kind of the breakout match for both of those guys. I love Jay Freddy. I think Freddy looks like a guy that should have been wrestling in the Techwood Drive studio in '86. So. No, Atticus Cougar, is he an AIW guy?
I think so.
Yeah.
Also, I know you're smarter than everybody, but I'm pretty sure it's Kogar.
Kogar? Okay.
That's what the commentators were saying last on the show.
But no, Atticus Kogar, again, a kid that's... seems like
maybe from Ohio, maybe not.
Would you stop? You're running the gimmick into the ground, seriously.
Oh, jeez. Maybe we can get some opinions about some gimmicks that you could run into the ground. Maybe I could ask some of your good, close, personal friends, your boys.
And ladies.
Oh, yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, never forget Timothy Regal has friends who are ladies.
It's very important.
I hate you so much. Why do I do this? This isn't good for my heart.
Why do it? Why? I don't know. No. I love Puff. So this match, dude, Puff did a dive.
Yeah.
Puff, that is a guy that's my size doing a dive, man. I mean, Puff's like I said, representing for the big guy, for the big men like me. He's still fairly, dude. Some big guys are athletic, and Puff can do some shit. It's really cool. Kind of like my boy Ace Romero.
Yeah. I saw him on Limitless. I'll talk about that later in the podcast.
Sounds like him and Josh Alexander tore it down at AEW last night too.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But no, Puff picks up the victory for Team Buffalo.
Team Buffalo.
Yes. Then we had.
Is he really from Buffalo though?
Then, dude, we got to talk about the next match because man, our boy Danhausen comes out talking about what he's thankful for.
Oh, this is the one I missed because I think I fell asleep.
I was hoping he'd say he was thankful for Cold Steve.
Why would he be thankful for Cold Steve?
Because we're all thankful for Cold Steve.
You don't know Danhausen's life.
But everybody should be thankful for. I'm thankful for Cold Steve.
We'll talk about somebody who's not thankful for Cold Steve later on in the podcast.
There's somebody really ain't thankful for Cold Steve these days.
I don't know if he would say Cold Steve rules ass. Anyways.
Danhausen came out and was telling the crowd what he was thankful for, and unfortunately for the people in the White Eagle Hall and everyone watching on IWTV, Danhausen was interrupted by Chuck O'Neil, the man who instantly sucks fun out of any room that he ever walks into.
Well, there doesn't have to be fun in wrestling, Regal.
Also, can we talk about Larry Legend turning on Team Pazuzu?
I don't know the context of that.
So this goes years back into early Beyond days of the early days of Team Pazuzu. They had a personal ring announcer, Larry Legend.
Yeah.
Who, Larry Legend's a guy. He was with Ring of Honor for a while.
I recognize the name.
He was the ring announcer for CZW for years on years. He does all the Joey Janela spring break shows.
Okay.
Kind of looks like Darnell.
I'm not gonna touch that.
He does, dude. Put a picture up together. They do look kind of similar.
Right.
But the first time I ever saw Darnell, I said he looks like Larry Legend. Yeah. So he turned on Team Pazuzu and joined up with Chuck O'Neil.
Chuck O'Neil probably pays him more.
Like I said, the least fun man in Beyond Wrestling, the least fun man in all of wrestling, I think.
I don't know. You're not very fun.
Oh, I am a world of fun. I don't know what you're talking about. Except car rides back from Iowa City. Those aren't fun.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. Anyways,
haven't done that yet, thankfully.
that's what I just said. Thank you for taking my joke and hitting people over the head with it. Because I try to appeal to the intelligent fan who picks up on subtlety. No subtlety from Regal. He's going to hit you over the head with a joke 5-10 times.
Well, wrestling fans aren't that smart.
You see, this is the real Timothy Regal. An asshole. An asshole who thinks he knows better than everybody.
Maybe I'm playing into all the stuff you've been saying about me on this podcast.
Maybe I exposed the truth, so now you don't feel like you have to put on a facade that you actually care about these people.
I care about all 8 of our listeners. And if there's more than 8, I care about you all too.
Yeah, as long as you keep downloading his podcast.
And support and coming to shows and being a fan of professional wrestling.
How many of our listeners come to shows?
And being a good human being.
Nah, that's overrated.
And if you want to send us money.
Oh, here we go. You're a dick. You're a dick.
Again, we've known each other for how long?
Too long.
So my boy Danhausen,
your boy,
is trying to do his thing. He's doing the tequila, and Chuck O'Neal just ain't having any of it, man. I mean, I was not happy. Chuck O'Neal beats up Danhausen. Danhausen's just out there trying to have a good time, being thankful on Thanksgiving Day with the people. But unfortunately, just
Chuck O'Neal beat the crap
out of him. Chuck O'Neal not having any of it, man. I'm sad. I was very sad about that.
There, Regal.
Another thing I was very sad about.
What's that?
The intro to the next match.
Oh, yeah. Righteous Jesse broke the feed, huh?
Yeah, literally the feed broke because I don't think maybe the masses of Uncharted Territory were not ready for a Righteous Jesse intro.
Righteous Jesse is the man.
He really is.
One of the top ring announcers in the country.
But and a very unique ring announcer, to say the least.
Why do you say that?
I don't know anybody else that ring announces quite the same way Righteous Jesse does.
Okay.
But it was the Team IWTV All-Stars of Warhorse, Jake Parnell, the Independent Wrestling Champion, Matthew Justice, Violence is Forever, Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo, and the Corn Belt Cowboy Steve, the one called Manders.
Did you call him Steve?
Yes.
What the fuck? Kayfabe.
Everybody listens.
What are you gonna tell me next? That JJ Garrett's not from Ohio?
They were Team IWTV All-Stars taking on Team Beyond Wrestling, captained by Chris Statlander, joined by Bear Boulder, Bear Bronson, Bear Country.
Is he Bear Boulder now? He's not Bear Beefcake anymore?
No, he's Bear Boulder now.
Why?
I don't know. Thomas Santel and Nick fucking Gage.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like I tweeted out, they took the 10 people in independent wrestling in 2019 that I probably love more than just about anybody and put them all in one fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of these people in this match. Matthew Justice is a fucking madman.
Mm-hmm.
That man's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have the biggest, to me, the person that is the biggest star in independent wrestling, Nick Gage. You have the guy who probably has the biggest comeback story in the history of, one of the biggest comeback stories in wrestling history, I think.
Remember when you didn't believe me?
I legitimately didn't believe you that Thomas Santel was a member of the Heartthrobs.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like it, he doesn't act like it, he doesn't wrestle like it. There's literally no way to tell unless you knew. Bear Country, who I think is probably the breakout tag team of independent wrestling in 2019.
Oh, probably.
Dominic Green and Kevin Coote, excellent guys. Obviously, the one called Manders, our boy. And then Chris Statlander, who we've obviously getting some looks on AEW.
Mm-hmm.
A young lady that has literally the world in front of her right now. So, this match, I mean, and it kicked off pretty much right off the get-go. The one thing I wanted, we got Nick Gage and the one called Manders.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing hands, and Nick Gage gets gorilla pressed into the lights by the Corn Belt Cowboy. I mean, if I was popping huge, Sydney Bacabella, of course, putting over Manders, putting over Black and Brave Academy, putting Crotch over. The amount of joy that Sydney Bacabella gets from saying the name Crotch on uncharted territory.
It's great, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And then, I mean, you got Matthew Justice flying off of a goddamn ladder. Like a 20-foot tall ladder that the fans literally held to make sure that he didn't fall.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Matthew Justice doing insane stuff. Like, this man will climb 20-foot ladders. He will literally commando line out on the support beams of the ceiling of a building. He will dive off balconies. I don't think there's anything where he's going to go, no, I'm not going to do that. If it's going to make a moment. But this came down to...
Want to run through the eliminations?
Sure, we'll run through them. Fairly quickly, almost right off the bat. Well, after the opening salvos, the 2 eliminations came really quick.
Nerder Death Kill.
Nerder Death Kill, surprisingly. Thomas Santel and Nick Gage, the first 2 people eliminated out of this match. Both by Violences Forever. So I'm going to guess that that's not the last we're going to see of those 2 teams.
Maybe Heavy Lies with Crown.
Maybe. Then we had Chris Stat eliminated both members of Violences Forever. Bear Bronson, in a huge power display, eliminates Matthew Justice. And then, back-to-back, the one called Manders eliminates both members of Bear Country.
That was insane, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And then the final elimination, the Warhorse eliminates Chris Statlander. The survivors of the match, the Independent Wrestling TV champion, the Warhorse, and the one called Manders. They celebrate together, and we go off the air just fine. Oh, wait! That didn't happen.
How many people are after Warhorse right now? David Starr.
A few people, but
Cassidy.
Right now, there's one person.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I love the Warhorse. But obviously, our boy, the Corn Belt Cowboy, the one called Manders, he loves gold around his waist. He's got that Iowa Wrestling Championship, and now he's looking to add a little more to that trophy case.
Hell yeah.
Because just when we thought it was over, the one called Manders destroys the Warhorse, lays him out at his feet,
Hell yeah.
and picks up that Independent Wrestling Championships. And it is official, folks. New Year's Eve at Beyond Wrestling Heavy Lies the Crown for the Independent Wrestling Championship. It's going to be the Warhorse taking on the Cowboy. Warhorse versus Manders for the Independent Wrestling Championship. Dude, like I said, I think we're probably Violence is Forever. Heavy Lies the Crown essentially is the second biggest Beyond Wrestling show of the year.
Yeah.
And this is what season 2 of of Uncharted Territory is leading us into. So, it's going to be a huge show. Obviously, the now New Year's tradition of the first match of 2020, the first professional wrestling match of 2020 in America, takes place at midnight on New Year's Eve for Beyond Wrestling, which has always been the main event in the last couple of years. I cannot wait for this. Will it be the Warhorse Corn Belt Cowboy match? We don't know yet, but let's hope. That'd be kind of cool to see have Manders have the first wrestling match in 2020. You watched was it Limitless?
Limitless.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to check out Limitless because after the day that was Black Friday in retail, I came home and pretty much passed out because I was also that was when I was really, really sick with a cold. Yeah, if I had come over here Friday, you might have had some concern.
I'm gonna just look up JJ Garrett's top matches in Ohio first.
Jesus Christ. Are we still doing this?
Why not?
Why?
See where he's wrestled in Ohio.
Who cares?
He was in GCW. He got real over there, from what I've heard.
I thought I'm really proud for Garrett. I've been a huge fan of Garrett for a long time.
Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota, Tennessee, Kansas. This motherfucker's never wrestled in Ohio.
So I was right.
Not necessarily Wisconsin. Oh, he lost to Loser Leaves IWA Mid-South match. And then he was back.
Did you watch the
later.
Pro Wrestling Tees documentary yet?
No, why would I watch that? He wrestled in Oregon. You know he wrestled in Oregon? Are you upset with me?
Well, I'm mad that you just shit on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Why would I care about what is my loyalty to Pro Wrestling Tees?
They make good quality T-shirts. They sell shirts for some of the best wrestlers in the world. Actually, here's a funny one. Ryan Barkin posted in the Pro Wrestling Tees VIP group 5 hours ago. Pro Wrestling Tees will be down for 12 hours while we figure out how to print 31,000 shirts. Apparently, they, like, the Black Friday sale that they did, because now, them having also not just being Pro Wrestling Tees, but also being shopaew.com, they basically...
They should fucking hire some more employees.
They're actually, I think they said they're up to 50 full-time employees now.
Wow.
For a company that started literally with one T-shirt printer in a 8x8 room, I think, it was practically a closet. No. So, I do want to talk about this documentary for a minute. So, it's great. It's on YouTube. You can go check it out. The documentary on ProWrestlingTees.com. A company, like I said, started in Chicago a few years ago. Actually, they talk about the documentary started when they made the shirt that CM Punk wore that said, I broke Big Show's leg or something like that. And they knew Colt Cabana. And he said, hey, what if we started making, they made Colt some shirts, and then people were asking Colt, hey, where'd you get these shirts at? So he started making shirts for, other people, and then came the Young Bucks, and then, more and more guys, and then they started adding, former WWE legends. And then they started making all of Stone Cold shirts and Hulk Hogan shirts, and then New Japan comes to him and says, you're going to be the official New Japan retail maker in America. And then, they were getting pretty big time. And keep in mind, being obviously a Midwest indie guy, I knew what Pro Wrestling Tees was, obviously, for pretty early on. The great thing for me, obviously, and this is why I always sing the praise of Pro Wrestling Tees, I'm a bigger guy, and a lot of wrestlers at shows don't like to get bigger sizes made in their orders because they're more expensive and stuff. But if they have a Pro Wrestling Tees store, I can go to their store and buy their shirt. So they're great for that. Obviously now with AEW, as we see in the documentary, they're completely a whole new thing now, on a whole new level, and obviously they said they sold over 31,000 shirts in this 4 or 5 day stretch for the Black Friday sale. I mean, that's amazing. These guys are doing a great job. They have a retail store in Chicago that I keep saying one of these days I'm going to get to it, but it's about 30 minutes on, a little over 30 minutes on YouTube. Check it out. Great documentary. Alex is actually wearing a Pro Wrestling Tees made shirt right now. No! Don't! Oh! Why did you do that?
What?
Why did you take your shirt off?
Because you talked about my shirt on the podcast.
What is that? I bought you that shirt.
I know. It's a nice shirt.
Why did you take it off? Why are you making me look at you shirtless? God, you are...
God.
No wonder...
That's what the ladies say when I take my shirt off.
That is definitely not what they say. They say, wow, we need to see who's more hairy. You or Moondog.
Yeah, you're just jealous 'cause you can't grow any hair. You got like a little bit of hair on your arm, barely, although that looks like it's drawn on. You couldn't grow hair.
Would
You're
you
jealous.
please put your shirt back on? I'm actually kind of uncomfortable.
So we're going to talk about Limitless Twilight Zone. It was from the Yarmouth AmVets Post number 2 in Yarmouth, Maine. It took place this past Friday night in the opening contest for the IWTV Independent Wrestling Championship. Warhorse defended the championship against John Silver. I didn't catch all of this match. I was getting home from some family business, and you know what I mean. We had to kill somebody. Anyways, so
What?
so we get to kill some time. I mean, and Warhorse defended the title against John Silver successfully. Very good match from what I saw of it. And then this is a match that might interest you, Regal. Two up-and-coming, high flyers, very gifted athletically. Christian Casanova took on Hot Fire Myron Reed. Great back-and-forth match. Go out and check out the
That sounds like
replay
a hell of a match.
when that becomes available on independentwrestling.tv. Check out that match. Then it was supposed to be J.D. Drake versus Danny Maff. And Danny Maff had to go to a funeral in his family. He had someone pass in his family. So Alec Price, who I'm thinking is a local Maine guy and was not familiar with him, came out and took on J.D. Drake. And it was a pretty good match. Obviously, I can't imagine what it would have been like if it would have been J.D. Drake and Danny Maff. But, Alec Price held his own. Pretty impressive for probably found out that day he was going to be getting that match. And to take on somebody like J.D. Drake. J.D. Drake gave a lot to him and got a good match out of him. Next up, we had some women's action as Jody Threat took on Masha Slamovich. Regal, have you seen Masha Slamovich yet?
I have heard the name. I have not. That's a female, right?
Yes.
I have not seen her yet.
She is Russian. Like your close personal friend, Blair Onyx.
You said it, so I didn't have to.
Yes, I said it, so I didn't. I hope I never have to hear you say that again. They had a good match. Masha Slamovich from Russia picking up the victory in that one. Keep your eye on both of these women. Masha Slamovich is going to be taking on Aaron Rourke this coming Thursday on Uncharted Territory on IWTV in the Discovery Gauntlet.
Very cool.
After that, we had a great tag team match as the Main State Posse, Aiden Agro and Danger Kid took on AC Baby, Ace Romero, and the Limitless Wrestling Champion, Anthony Green, AG, Retro AG, and they had a very good... This was an incredible match, so athletic, so wild. I'm not familiar with Limitless, but I got the impression that there was a lot of history between these two, between the Main State Posse and AG, and Ace Romero came in, and afterwards Ace cut a promo and said, hey, I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a one-time thing, but I'm going to be here regularly. I'm not leaving Limitless. This is my home. And then he fucking laid out AG and made his intentions known that he wants to challenge AG for the Limitless Championship. And whenever that event happens, whenever that match happens, I'm hoping it's going to be on IWTV. I do know that their next event is going to be on January 24th, which is the same night as SCW Pro Genesis at the Rust Belt in East Moline, but I'll definitely be looking for the replay on that one. Then we took a brief intermission. After intermission, it was a 5-way scramble match. One called Manders, Kevin Q, Oswald Project, Pinky Sanchez, and CJ Cruz. Have you ever seen Oswald Project before?
I don't think so.
I think you would know if you did. I think you would remember him if you did.
I've heard the name, but I don't think I've seen him work.
So my brother-in-law was watching with me, and he's like, wow, this guy's, like, I can tell just from watching that this guy's done gymnastics. Very flexible. Just got the crap beat out of him. Manders put him in the torture rack, which I'm hoping that's not a one-time thing. I would love to see Manders add the torture rack to his arsenal. Regal doesn't even listen when I talk. And then CJ Cruz picked up the victory, getting the pin over Oswald Project. Check this out. I mean, obviously, I'd recommend it based on my friend Manders being in it. But I generally am not a huge fan of scrambles. I kind of feel like once you've seen them all. And I felt like this one had some fresh spots in it. some cool stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this whole show, honestly. The next match was JT Dunn against Jake Something. Battle between two hard hitters. This was kind of the Hoss fight of the night. And just looking through this card, like, there really was something for everybody because, had a great technical match in the beginning. High Flyer, David and Goliath, the women's match. Tag match told a great story. Scramble told a great story. You had JT Dunn and Jake Something just have that hard-hitting match.
Would you call me crazy if I told you I'm not a big JT Dunn fan?
I think he's fine. I think he had a good match.
I think he's just there's nothing there to me that really nothing with him for me pops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying. And I think the thing he tries to get over is the elbow, and obviously that elbow is protected because he did hit something with the elbow and pinned him 1, 2, 3. It kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that to be the finish.
And that comes from the fact he was the former protege of Chris Hero.
Yep. And then the main event, Last Creature Standing, as Chris Statlander took on Ashley Vox.
So we had a sea monster versus an alien.
Correct.
Okay, got that.
Ashley Vox was busted open within about 2 minutes of this match. Statlander ended up bleeding too later on in the match, but they had doors, they had chairs. Statlander was scraping the forehead of Vox with a turnbuckle, like what they used to connect the ropes to the ring post. Yeah. And anybody can tell you, I mean, it's basically like a giant screw, and she's just grinding that on her head like a cheese grater. It was a violent match. Check this show out. I really enjoyed it.
I think I really enjoyed it.
I hope I did a good job of selling it because I would definitely go on IWTV and use the promo code Stepmom or Stepstool to give us some love to our friend Stepstool Sarah. Use the promo code Stepstool, and because Manders doesn't have his own promo code, does he?
I thought he did at one point.
I don't think he does.
Okay.
So use the promo code Stepstool. And I get I don't know. Anyways, great women's match, great main event. Ashley Vox picked up the victory. Just an insane match. But overall, Limitless, 10 out of 10. Would recommend, would watch again. Great first.
Did Keith Lee ever wrestle there?
I think so.
I mean, it's Limitless Wrestling, so you'd think that would kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he did.
But it's not that old of a promotion.
I know MJF was big there for a while.
I think he was in their first title match. So their first show. Well, okay. I'm just gonna do a Control F here. Keith Lee. Yeah, he did. He faced Ace Romero.
Oh, that'd be a hell of a fight.
Yeah,
that's a match. I'm gonna have to see if that's on IWTV. Wow.
He had 2 matches there. It looks like, and the other one was against Jeff Cobb.
Oh, there's a match Alex might be looking up later.
Yeah,
that
was from back in 2016. And he faced Keith Lee in 2017.
Like I said, what was last night? We had last night AAW. One big news item from AEW.
Travis Titan.
Travis Titan made his debut in a tag team loss. Who did he team with?
Lander.
Jake Lander.
Yep.
Let
me just pull up the results.
They took. I wasn't gonna go through the whole show, but.
Well, no, but just I don't. Keep going. I got it.
They took on Clayton Gaines and Ace Austin.
Yep.
Ace Austin recently of the Impact Provincial Wrestling Association.
Impact Provincial
Wrestling Federation.
Yes.
No, looks like AEW put on a really good show. The biggest news item coming out of it, of course, the AAW return of ACH, the return of the Super Besties.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, at this point, let's be honest. Me and you and several people were actually speculating whether or not that whole incident may have been a lot
of people said it was a work.
Yeah, a lot of people actually thought it was. Clearly not a work. As,
that wasn't his first match back to the Indies. I
No,
didn't realize that. He wrestled in
last
Texas
weekend,
last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, in San Antonio.
In Atlanta last
against
weekend.
Chandler Hopkins.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's not an cage match, so.
But as soon as he was officially back on the Indies, I'm like, I kind of had a feeling. It's like, yep, ACH will be back in Chicago very soon because obviously started in Texas, but AEW is one of the places where ACH really, really busted out.
Oh, yeah.
So great to see him back. They've got looks like a pretty big one coming up at the end of December for the Windy City Classic, one of their biggest shows of the year. Obviously interesting. It sounds like Nick Gage and Good Brother number 3 had a hell of a fight.
Yeah, it does.
The bounty still remains as Good Brother number 3 picked up the victory.
Yeah.
Darn it, who is that Good Brother number 3? We may never know.
I think it's Merrick Brave.
Wouldn't that be? Dude, it might be. We don't know.
I don't know where Merrick... Oh, no, Merrick Brave was at my house Saturday night.
Shit. Darn it. Well, it definitely wasn't Merrick Brave.
So it's not Merrick Brave. Maybe it's... I bet it's somebody that's under contract to WWE.
Probably. Yeah.
But they're just doing it as a secret.
It's Luke Harper.
I could see it. Or fucking... Angelo Dawkins.
It might be the... You know what it might be?
What?
Bray Wyatt.
Could be.
I heard the Good Brother number 3 say something about red light. So
yeah, it could be the Fiend.
Could be the Fiend. We don't know. Can we talk about the Fiend's fucking title belt?
You gonna buy one?
Absolutely fucking not.
So, you know what you do want to buy?
What?
My house. So I can buy several of them.
Seriously, who's going to buy that?
Some fucking...
Yeah,
somebody will.
You have taken being a mark to an entirely new level if you buy that fucking belt. Also, at this point, let's be honest. The WWE literally said, hey, this Fiend thing's kind of cool, and it's getting over. What can we do to completely fuck this? Because we fucked this up on a level that we may have never seen before. This thing was kind of cool. It was fucking, something unique. And now we've just slapped it on the side of a title belt. We've slapped it on every t-shirt. We've done hokey, stupid shit on TV. And now we've completely just screwed this up. Including the worst main event in pay-per-view history.
I'd say the worst finish in pay-per-view history.
Shit. It just irritates me.
I'm not comfortable calling it the worst main event. The worst finish, I'll give you that.
I mean, very few crowds have ever turned on a finish with that much harshness. I mean, the only thing that was worse would have been Great American Bash '89, but that was a show where the crowd turned on the entire show for the entirety of the show. So,
well, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, dude. I don't know if it's edited on the network, but it may not be. The entire night, pretty much the majority of the crowd is just chanting, "We want Flair."
Oh.
And during there's a main event steel cage match of Barry Windham versus Lex Luger, and the crowd boos it out of the building and chants, "We want Flair" the entire time.
Did they get Flair?
Flair was on his way to Stamford, Connecticut, so no.
In '89?
91, not 89. Great American Bash 89.
Ooh, did you hear what was announced for Windy City Classic?
I probably did.
It's going to be Josh Alexander versus Fatu, Jacob Fatu.
Yes.
Jessica Havoc versus Chris Stat.
Cool.
Paco versus Hakeem Zane.
Cool.
Jimmy Jacobs versus Good Brother number 3. Eddie Kingston and David Starr versus Jake Something and Kurt Stallion.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good card.
That's a pretty good card.
It's at Bourbon Street?
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that.
I think I've got family Christmas that weekend.
Damn it. I was going to bring that up to you.
You know how my fucking families are.
I know.
I got the whole, 5 days before and after Christmas are spent doing family Christmas.
I know. I was kind of hoping maybe you might be free. I might try to see if somebody else wants to take that ride.
I wish. Kurt Angle wrestled in Japan?
Yeah.
Huh. Alright,
we got anything else? Not much else going on. Obviously,
so.
it was Thanksgiving weekend. I was really
Did
busy.
you eat?
Oh, I ate. I ate way too much. I got a whole lot of yoga coming up this week.
I feel like I ate a fair amount, like not too much.
Well, because I ate 2 Thanksgiving dinners on Thanksgiving Day because we do the working in retail, as they are kind enough to feed us and actually they had us catered in Iowa Machine Shed.
Oh shit!
So we're talking, full turkey, ham,
Damn.
mashed, those big thick country mashed potatoes. The stuffing, the dressing with where it's full on chunks of real bread. So it was pretty damn good food. And then obviously went to my brother and sister-in-law's house after that, and quite the my brother definitely quite the cook when it comes to Thanksgiving and Christmas. So
The rest of the year, he fucking sucks.
no, him and my sister also was a hell of a cook. So
Did you miss the cooking gene?
no, I can really. You've ate my food. I
Yeah,
can
you're
cook.
not bad. I've had a couple things you've made.
Yeah.
All right.
You
All
made-
right.
Yeah, you made my food. I can cook. Probably cook us up something next time. I'll probably cook us up something Royal Rumble.
Sounds good. I'll hold you to that. You didn't want to come over for Survivor Series.
You didn't want to have people over.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Can I just talk? Can I just throw something out real quick?
What's up?
So I'm in one of the Facebook groups I'm in. So Jordy and Grace posted the thing about Sandman last night, and I don't want to get into that. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
I don't want to get too far into that. But, so, the guy, she sent a tweet late last night, and the guy, she said, this is December 2019, and the guy screen caps it and says, November 30th, 10:33 p.m. or whatever. And then he's like, oh, she's a fucking time traveler. She doesn't know what month it is. But this is the important thing. She's a time traveler.
Did
And I
this
was
really
like,
happen?
This has really happened. This guy, every time somebody comments on it, replies to the comments, says, yeah, but you're missing the important thing, which is that she's a time traveler. And I was like, dude, did you ever consider the fact that the person that posted the tweet might be in a different fucking time zone than her? And when she posted it, it was already December?
Also, did this person ever stop to consider that his stupid fucking joke is not funny in the least?
No, I don't think he did.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Did you happen to watch the Impact?
No.
You really should. I
caught some of that, actually.
I found it to be
I
quite.
caught the main event.
So, for those of you who aren't aware, the Impact Wrestling show this week, they did the Impact Provincial Wrestling Federation, the IPWF. It was basically their version of kind of the Southpaw Regional Wrestling formula, to which even had a character from Southpaw Regional Wrestling show up in one of my highlights of the show. But I guess they filmed this at the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy.
Okay.
They made it look like an old school 80s studio arena type show.
Honestly, they could film most of their... They could probably save a lot of money and film
Good.
a lot of their TV there.
But
Because that building was fine.
No, and the one thing that definitely comes across if you watch this episode, the guys were having the men and ladies were having the time of their lives doing this.
Oh, yeah.
They were having so much fun. The Rascals were the evil team of the evil architect Bill Ding, which apparently is a joke. Apparently that's a Disco Inferno thing. The evil gym teacher Gymnasium. And then Zachary Wentz was Ray Strack. He was a race car driver. Ray Strack.
Racetrack.
What was Josh Alexander was a lumberjack, and I cannot remember what his name was, but it was a play on words. But by far my favorite thing on the show was the Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Which was Jessica Havoc, Tennille Dashwood, Tessa Blanchard, and Jordy Grace. Doing a dead-on impression of the Four Horsemen. And even including Jessica Havoc making reference to taking all of their rats back to the Marriott after the show.
She said rats?
She said rat brigade, I believe was the term she used. This promo is one of the best things you're going to find. And all I can say, the Rough Riders need some rats. Where do I sign up? Just going to throw it out there.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Mary Brave will be happy.
What?
The Dolphins won today.
No, he won't be happy.
Oh, that's right.
Mary Brave's going to be mad because they can't even tank right.
Oh, shit. Well, anyways, I think I'm going to call this an end of the podcast. I'm going to make some soup for dinner, some delicious hot soup. Regal's going to go home, and, yeah, I need to get some soup into me because it's cold in here.
Maybe you should put your fucking shirt back on.